As above, so below. As within, so without. This is correspondence, a close similarity, connection, or equivalence. So what is above and what is below? The first Hermetic principle of mentalism refers to non-duality, or the idea that everything is connected and of the same source. And within this same source, known as the All, there are levels of vibrations, referring to the great Nikola Tesla and his insight. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. In this way, the Kybalion refers to many different planes of reality that stem from different frequencies of energy, some energy impossible to see with Newtonian physics, even though Isaac Newton himself was an early Hermetic philosopher.
This might also be the place to recall that while Newton is most famous for his contribution to optics, physics, and the development of the calculus, thus placing him, of course, as a central figure in the Enlightenment, he also wrote literal volumes, millions of words on alchemy and arcane biblical interpretation.
Isaac made 3 laws that govern the motion of material objects in the universe. These same laws govern our current knowledge of space travel. The laws are: 1. Every object moves in a straight line unless acted upon by a force. 2. The acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force exerted and inversely proportional to the object's mass. 3. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The same man who made these laws wrote the following in his paper titled Hermes. "'Tis true without lying, certain and most true. That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below, to do the miracles of one only thing. And as all things have been and arose from one by the mediation of one, so all things have their birth from this one thing by adaptation. So are there other realms of reality? To answer that question, we must take a look at the 3 realms of reality that we can perceive currently, although many people may never think of these realms as actual realms with rules and laws. The body, the mind, and the spirit, each thought to rise in vibration, and each representing one element of the Hermetic seal of light. The body refers to the physical world of matter and atoms. The physical world encompasses our body and its chemical processes, as well as the rules of both quantum and Newtonian physics. The mind is a level of vibration higher than the physical. The mind is its own realm of sensory and qualia, and we know it exists because it has profound effects on the physical world. A single-celled organism has the ability to move and swim in its environment, but when it encounters an obstacle that it must swim around, it forms the beginning of a new realm of reality, a realm of mind. The organism holds memory of the obstacle it bumped into and creates a map of data within a mind that it uses to explore and navigate around the obstacle. This may be the earliest form of cognition, and we are made up of billions of cells like this that amplify that cognition to create the wondrous realms of mind that we humans experience.
All of the parts inside of us and inside of all other creatures are themselves competent agents with preferences, with goals, with various abilities to pursue those goals, and other types of problem-solving capacities.
One of the last realms we experience is the realm of spirit. Without the realm of spirit, we wouldn't have identities that we could track across time. We would just be lumps of cells with no names.
When I say self, then you mustn't think of I myself, because that is only your empirical self, and that is covered by the term ego. But when it is matter of the self, then it is matter of a personality that is more complete than the ego, because the ego is only consists of what you are conscious of.
Your awareness.
What you know to be yourself.
The spirit is the realm of ideas, stories, and expressions. In this sense, even supposedly cold-blooded stockbrokers are spiritual. For when they track a stock, they are tracking the spirit of that stock. They are tracking the pattern of the public's opinion of value on a business, anticipating its fluctuations. So we could say the entity that is Walmart is in good spirit, while the entity that is Kmart is in bad spirit. The Kybalion mentions characters in books and media being spirited extensions of their creators. Whose is the spirit of the characters that we know as Macabre, Oliver Twist, Uriah Heep? Is it Dickens, or have each of these characters a personal spirit independent of their creator? Have the Venus of Medici, the Sistine Madonna, the Apollo Belvedere spirits in reality of their own? Or do they represent the spiritual and mental power of their creators? The law of paradox explains that both propositions are true, viewed from the proper viewpoints. Macabre is both Macabre and yet Dickens. And again, while Macabre may be said to be Dickens, yet Dickens is not identical with Macabre. Man like Macabre may exclaim, "The spirit of my creator is inherent within me, and yet I am not he." Before we can effectively use the law of correspondence in our lives, we must understand a relationship between the realms and laws which has to do with three different versions of truth: absolute truth, relative truth, and half-truth. Relative truth is conditional, subjective, varying, and contradictory, so it's capable of changing over time, while in contrast, absolute truth is consistent and eternal, its meaning is universal and never changing. Yet still, all truths are but half-truths. Newtonian laws are examples of absolute truth. They never change within the realm of physics, so if you jump off your roof, you may fall and break your legs. Honesty is the best policy is an example of a relative truth. If a killer were to ask you where your family was hiding, honesty may not be the best policy. It remains a relative truth because people seem to have overall happier lives when they are honest.
We know like every religion since the beginning of time is all about telling the truth. Well, why, right? And there's really interesting neuroscience behind it that suggests that when we tell the truth, we actually potentially strengthen our prefrontal cortical circuits and their connections to our limbic brain and our reward brain. And of course, these are the circuits that get disconnected when we're in our addiction, right? Our balance in our reward pathway or limbic brain, our emotion brain is doing one thing, and our cortical circuits are completely disengaged from that, ignoring what's happening, which is easy to do because it's reflexive. We don't need to think about that balance for the balance to be happening.
Black holes are an example of Newtonian physics breaking down. All truths are but half-truths in the mind of the all. So instead of trying to float or levitate, perhaps we need to learn the mechanics of flight, using the realm of mind as Da Vinci was trying to do and the Wright brothers achieved. The dream of flight lingered in the mind of humanity until humanity observed the laws of flight governing the physical dimension and conquered the sky. Humans could fly in the realm of mind and spirit far before we could fly in the realm of body. But now, if we include our machines as an extension of ourselves, we, humanity, are the most powerful and graceful masters of flight. As above, so below, as within, so without. Dream it, think it, do it, be it.